Welcome back to M Hood Fishing. It is just after sunrise down here on the Mississippi River. We're going to look for stuff behind this dock. We're going to be focusing on these pylons here. We're going to put one here and one there. Both rigs are the same, two different rods, but the main line is the same. Main line is 45-pound test. The leader is 50. The leads are going to be 3s, and the hooks are 6 octopus style circle hooks, and the bait is skipjack. Yes, I saw the scale on the barb. A little hard to take it off one-handed. As you can see, we got a pretty dirty river today. It's from all the rain up north, mostly in Mississippi. This first one we're going to put right out there, almost at the base of that pylon. That's fine. It's probably going to drift a little bit anyway. The second one is really close, right out in front of us. Might seem simple, but it's kind of tricky because you don't want to get it too far. Oh, it's almost too far. Before it hits the bottom, pull it back towards me. That might be okay. That is a really good area, but it is also with problems. It's not without the problems. At the moment, these two spots are not deep water. There could be stuff here, cats, gaff top, channel cat, maybe blue cat, maybe flatheads. This bait is not super fresh, so if we get a flathead on it, more power to me. But I tell you what, it is pretty shallow back here and dirty. That's probably 10 to maybe 15 feet of water. 10 right here where the orange rod is, and then the first rod I put out is probably in deeper water right now, maybe not even 15 feet. But there could still be stuff here. There could be bull shark. We're using mono leaders though. There could be alligator gar. Maybe we'll get a hook up with an alligator gar. If you don't know, usually around pylons in the river, anywhere where there's current, all these pylons here are gonna should have a bowl, a big large indention around them where the current is sweeping out. So catfish and other fish like to get in those bowls to ambush stuff. So that's why we're focused around these pylons. In the meantime, I'm going to throw a Johnson weedless spoon. This is a gold one I had on for redfish the other day. Probably going to switch it, but since it's there, I'm going to go ahead and throw it. River is really dirty, and when it's this dirty, I find that a lot of artificials are just hit or miss, not very productive because it's so dirty. Visibility is very low. That did not take too long. He's kind of over a drop off, so he feels kind of big right now. Here we go. We got him over it. A bit of structure over there too. Not a big fish. And it's what I thought I would catch here. Gaff top. It's not all I'll probably catch here, but there is a lot of that right now. And there will be until we get a couple of good cold fronts. They'll thin out and it'll be mostly freshwater catfish. Gotcha. This is kind of fighting like a gaff top. Yep. All right, in between catching gaff tops, hopefully it's more than just gaff tops, but it will be what it'll be. But for the moment, we're going to fish this sabiki right here down from where the catfish rods are. If you look out, you'll see, you should be able to see a slight ripple-y swirl in this area right in front of us. There are fish feeding in there. The sabiki might be the most productive thing here to catch other things than catfish. Partially because it glows in the dark and it's just a reflective little bait It's probably the size of what they're feeding off of too.
Yes. Yes.
That was a real bender right there. That's got to be better than a gaff top. Did you see how he took that rod tip down? All right, he's up against that drop off now. Slowly ease him up. Oh my goodness, it's like he put on the emergency brakes right there too. Very trying to let him swim a little bit. Wow, what is this fish into? All right, let me know you're still here. Yeah, I feel him. I don't know what this is. I haven't had this kind of problem at this spot before. Not where he's at anyway. Further out to our right, there is something like that persists. This fish just, maybe he took me up into one of those pylons. That's possible. Oh, this is not looking good. There we go. Wow, he just all of a sudden came out of it and he lost a lot of weight. Oh. you gotta laugh at it. I thought that was some massive fish. Oh no. Oh goodness me. For such little fish, these guys really put up a fight. I mean, sometimes they'll put a bend on your pole and you're like, oh, I got something good this time. But no. For once, in what seems like a long time for me, the sabiki is just not being productive in the river today. Kind of miss Florida, because I know if we were throwing that in Florida, we'd probably be putting something in the chest. I'm gonna do one more. I'm only fishing this spot over here on this side of the river today because I have a lot on. I gotta cut the grass, gotta go to the post office, a bunch of other things. This time of year, late summer, late August, early September, I prefer to go across the other side of the river on the ferry to deeper water, get into blue cats and other things, gaff top as well, but more blue cats out of that deeper water over there. But today we're over here behind the sketchy dock. You already know that because this is towards the end of the video. Yeah, you're right, guys, it's busy today, have a lot to do. Sometimes, you know, when the goal is to produce a video every day, sometimes you get a catch and release gaff top video, but you never know what's gonna come out of the water right here. Yeah, you're right, could get something good, just could get another gaff top. And nothing more came of this session, just a couple bites, nothing else, nothing really interesting. Can't believe every time I get fooled by these gaff top. I think I got something good on because it gave me this massive hit and then it's just a gaff top. Yeah, you're right, guys. All right, so I got to move on with my day. I got a lot to do. Hopefully we get to fish with Craig tonight. That may or may not happen. I think it might. And I do have catch and cooks planned for this week and some other adventures. It's not going to just be a spot like this, catching little measly tiny gaff top. Got some good things coming down. All right, guys, thanks for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing, and I'll see you next time.